welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys. Here we go, straight in on the channel with a knife from DC Blades. This is from our friend Tier 1 Gear Justin, who sent this to me, and his buddy Old Squirrel Knives, and they make up DC Blades. This is, well, there's no label on it. This is the Ceto. There it is, and you want to see it anyway. You don't want to see a box. Really cool. And guys, this is a fun one and a beauty. I'm calling it a new, stunning, premium, small beast of a knife. Small beast? Well, okay, let's just do this right off the bat. So you can see here, it's about just slightly longer than the Ontario Rat 2. It's not a big, long knife, but you can see it is tall and kind of chunky and really, really cool. There's a lot going on. You got carbon fiber, you got milled titanium, you have a beautiful backspacer, cool looking clip, got an accent pivot collar, got a compound ground dirty blade, clip point blade with a fuller and a harpoon. And I mean, there's a lot going on here, and I'm digging it. So let's jump right in. All right, so you do have a titanium milled clip, and it sits down quite a bit, so you have about that much sticking out of your pocket. It's quite a bit, but it carries fine. Believe it or not, as low as this clip is, by the way, good retention, and I'm just gonna, goes into the pocket pretty well, but does, I just wish it was a little bit taller. And my thing there is it kind of gets bunched up on my particular pants because they're thinner. Just wish it was a little bit taller, but I know exactly why they did it this way. It was so it would, so that it would not be in that grip. Now, it is not reversible. There is no lanyard hole. And I actually have been calling this sort of tactical EDC because it does have kind of that real pokey stabby tactical look to it in a very EDC size package. Now you can see here I do get a full 4-finger grip. I do have a guard here with the flipper, and I do have a nice landing spot for that 4th finger, and you do have a little bit of room to sort of relax your hands a little bit here. Good jimping right where it matters, nowhere to really choke up. If you want to, you can kind of put your thumb up in this harpoon a little bit more. Really, really nice. My position is literally just relax those 4 fingers, put it right here. Does feel good, and I know exactly why they did what they did with the clip, because it is not a problem for me whatsoever at all. It works really well. Now, these are made by Miguron. They are flat scales. There is no contouring here. There is some great chamfering. Your transitions on your beautiful carbon fiber here are well done. There's your pivot with the DC Blades logo. On this side, you have a bright blue pivot collar, black hardware, and a stunning satin blade with that beautiful belt satin finish and a gorgeous hollow ground that does cut well. You have flat on the tip, though, to thicken that tip up and reinforce it and make it really good. And I love the finish on the inside of that fuller and the awesome swedge up there. Now, your flipper tab is pretty tall. It does stick out a bit, so it is kind of a, pocket pecker, if you will, but it's not bad. It's not bad. And it doesn't have jimping on the top, but it's not meant to be a push button. It's meant to be a light switch, and it works perfectly. I said in the thumbnail, is this a perfect detent? Man, it is pretty close. For such a big chunky blade, it just zips out. Now watch this. You got the fuller. Oh my goodness, really, really good on that. Awesome. You can see here, this is going to be my single complaint. That detent is a little late, and you've got such a big flipper tab, so you really need to get down low on that lock bar. And then I still got caught a little bit there. Yeah, it's just, this is why I close knives this way most of the time anymore, because then I don't have to worry about that. I know for you fidget guys, that's not going to be great. But that's my one complaint. If it were to be one, it's kind of a nitpick. You do have good access to the lock bar, nice chamfer, no issues there. Nice plunge grind, sharpening choil, really good there. Beautiful milling. There's your lock bar relief. It is sort of like a bolster lock. You will be able to get your fingers on that lock bar when you're deploying, but you're covered a little bit down in here where you can sort of pinch grip it and do that, and that is great. It does have a steel insert. There is some milling on that side. Very nicely done. When we are closed, we're dead center and we come way out here. Very nicely done. I mean, just a good looking knife. Now over here, you can see we're locked up, only about a 10 to 15%, probably 15, I would call it. But there is no lock rock, no blade play whatsoever. And let's just zip right into some cutting. Guys, I'm just telling you, if you look at this guy, you're going to be like, well, that's not much of a cutter because it's so thick. Now it is super thick, but they have brought this down to a shallow hollow grind with a very, very, very cutty, slicey edge. I mean, it is good. Now you also have that reinforced tip. It's always hard when I'm just sitting here with a piece of cardboard, but it definitely would penetrate and hold up to some abuse. Again, not super big, not super small. That's why I called it a small beast, because I think that's exactly what it qualifies as. Now, here is our first comparison, the Ontario Rat 1. And, of course, the Ontario Rat 2. There you go. What do you think of that? Quite smaller than the Rat 1. Just a tiny bit bigger than the Rat 2. Like, almost not bigger. So, very cool. And you guys know, Tempest knives, I like to make my knives a little taller, like Justin does here, to give you more room to make that nice blade. And so here's the upcoming concept Thunderhead, and you can see here, thickness-wise, blade-wise, pretty close. So that gives you something to look at there. Let's go through specs and availability. Now, these are available at DC Blades website. It's dcblades.net. I will have it linked down below. $225. You can select belt satin or black DLC. You can select pivot collar, blue, black, or gold. And you can select a carbon fiber. Or how the price changes, it looks like, let's see, if I go to carbon fiber twill, let's just go to gold and let's go to a DLC blade and see if the price goes up. No, so it's $225 across the board. These are 7.28 inches overall with a blade length of 3.16 and a blade thickness of 0.142. So again, not a thin blade stock, which gives it plenty of heft and makes it feel very substantial. By the way, 4.73 ounces for a smaller knife. Doesn't bother me. Just want you to know. Made by Miguron in China. Handle thickness 0.51, so not super thick. Right at that normal-ish area. Now, it does say flat ground, guys, but I'm telling you, no, this is definitely a hollow. Oh, yeah. I don't know why it says flat ground, but it is definitely hollow in my opinion. I'm going to ask that, but, man, I'm telling you, hold on. Well, let's just do the KC test here. All right, let's see if I can do this on camera just to show you guys. Yeah, absolutely. You see that gap? It is not a deep hollow, but it is a hollow, okay? You see that gap right there? Yep, definitely a hollow ground blade. So I'm not sure why it says flat, but it looks hollow to me for sure. The handle length is 4.12, and yeah, that's about it. These are available, so I will leave you a link down below. I don't have any discount code or anything like that, no affiliate link, just the basic regular link. The Detent is so good. Listen to this. Yeah. Great detent, not shaking it out. Really, really cool. The DC Blades Ceto. Would love to hear what you guys think of this one. for sure. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Thanks, Justin, for sending this beauty out. And guys, I appreciate you very much, and I thank you for watching the Knives Fast channel.